Merger for Primavera and Khabele. It really happened very organically. I had my older two children were at Khabele, and I was really getting involved in the school and really starting to have a really deep connection with Moya and Kudso, and just starting to talk about what it would be like to do some collaborating and really work on kind of creating like a sister school type mentality for our schools, because we just started to realize that our mission and our philosophy and our vision were just so similar.
We thought, why start from scratch when there's a school in town that we feel such a connection with, that feels like the kind of school that if we were to develop a Khabele elementary preschool program, it would be, we would hope and dream that it would be like Primavera. There wasn't anybody on our team on either school that had ever done a merger before. We had some board members that had been involved in some mergers and acquisitions, but it was all in the for-profit world, and nonprofit mergers are more complicated. There's not a buyer and a seller, because nonprofits aren't owned by particular people, or so we just felt like it was a gray area that none of us had the expertise in navigating, and we wanted to do it really right, and we wanted everybody to feel at the end of the due diligence process that it was 100% the best idea and in the best interest of both schools. And we felt like we couldn't determine that on our own because there were just too many unknowns.
Greenlights through our merger was really an amazing process. The people that we were paired up with were just great, and they really allowed us to be ourselves and really feel our emotions and have our feelings, because obviously this was a very this is a very emotional experience for all of us, because we had created these schools on our own, and so the idea of sharing that with somebody else and letting go of some of that was challenging for all of us. And I think Greenlights just did an amazing job of really holding a space for us to feel all that and work through all that, and then move through the process to kind of get to the other side where everybody could walk away feeling, yes, this is exactly what we want to do. We feel great about it. We've really unraveled the onion and really looked at all the different layers.
When we hired Greenlights, we started all of the due diligence phase, and we had a series of meetings with the mediators, and something very synergistic ended up happening with our group. We had like a merger task force from each board, because at the time we were two completely distinct 501c3 nonprofits. So we would have all these meetings, and we would run through all of the items that Greenlights was kind of guiding us through, and everything was just totally synergistic. Like every meeting felt really good. There were certain things that we had to work out, but it was almost I don't want to say odd, but even the folks at Greenlights were like, wow, this is just really working so fast and so easily and so effortless that it really just felt like a fit. My only regret, honestly, is we only hired Greenlights through the mediation and due diligence process. I think we should have just gone ahead and hired them for the first year of the merger, which is what they suggested, but we were trying to kind of keep our budget inside of our, inside of our budget. Because the first year, I think this is what I hear from other folks who've done mergers, the first year is kind of rough. And just kind of getting to know each other, and administratively and financially setting up both organizations to become one. I would highly recommend Greenlights for any nonprofit merger. I think it would be impossible to navigate it on your own, and I don't know any other organization in town that could do a better job than Greenlights. They just really kind of held our hands through the whole process and set up this infrastructure for us to get all the questions answered in the due diligence phase, and it was really, I don't think the merger wouldn't have happened